Weathertime with Marlonology, brought to you by Seblon Corp, leading a world to a new, better generation. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the amateur meteorologist Marlon Quinteros, and this is Weathertime with Marlonology, episode 16. And unfortunately, I will not be doing any international forecasts for today. That means I will be focusing on what's going on in Buffalo, and apparently that really got my attention for this week because of what happened. Well, there was at least 7 feet of snow on the ground in Buffalo, and apparently cleaning up, is required, and apparently, it's gonna take, at least a week to clear all that snow, off, that part of the city. But of course, there's a huge difference between, North and South Buffalo. Okay, now, actually, what I'm going to be talking about is lake effect snow. As you recall from, that lake effect snow video I just made. The water in the lakes are a bit warmer than the air itself. So, right here, so you have, the lake. So that was the video, and, that was the poorly edited version behind the green screen, and apparently, it was, horribly drawn, but unlike what I'm going to show you now, it's going to be awesome. So anyway, here is the diagram of the lake effect snow, the Great Lakes and the lake shore, and the water temperature is typically in the winter 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the Arctic air is somewhat up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and so apparently that causes evaporation to go high, and apparently, as you can see, the evaporation rate equals 700 times the mean temperature divided by 100 minus the latitude plus 15 times the mean temperature minus the dew point over 80 minus the mean temperature times millimeters per day. I learned that from the Weather Channel, but note that also as a amateur weather geek, that oh yeah, that's right. What was that? Oh, damn, I keep forgetting. Anyway, that the mean temperature equals the temperature plus 0.006 times the height, which is the elevation in meters, and that in the parentheses of the mean temperature minus the dew point equals 0.00323. Times the height plus 0.37 times the mean temperature plus 0.53 times the mean daily range of temperature plus 0.35 times the difference between the mean temperatures of the hottest and the coldest months minus 10.9 degrees Celsius. And I know that is a really long thing to learn. I'm not kidding. Yeah, that's a crazy thing. Anyway, back to this thing. So according to the evaporation rate equation, the evaporation, when you use it, the evaporation rate is high, and thus it turns into clouds when it condenses, because of the high evaporation rate. But anyway, because of the prevailing winds from let's say, for example, coming from the west or northwest, it creates lake effect. That's when all that moisture coming from the Great Lakes head towards the lake shores, which will cause snow to fall, as you can see. And as you can see from the map of what happened during the week when I did this episode, the hard hit area of 4 feet and above, and that is just south of Buffalo. North of Buffalo, there's barely any snow that is above 1 feet or more, and apparently they shut down the Interstate 90, which stranded many drivers for days, and the death toll is rising. It's not a good thing. So, the lake effect snow, or Snowmageddon, I should say, has been caused by this this west-northwest wind. Even though, it's, a straight west, word, oh, no, not word, westerly. Anyway, so like it's supposed to be like a little slanted, like from the west northwest, hitting like south of Buffalo. But anyway, yeah, that dumped a lot of snow, and yeah, wreaks a lot of havoc. Anyway, enough like with all the stuttering and all. Now, here's what I'm going to be telling you before I leave. How rooftops collapse during snowstorms. 1 cubic feet of average drifted and heavy snow equals 20 pounds. Or should I say, average area of slightly flat rooftops equals 16 feet times 20 feet. And the snow depth of 1 feet, and if we can use that, like, 16 by 20 in the depth of like 1 feet thick on a rooftop. Now, if we do this type of math, it equals 128,000 pounds above your house. And as a result, boom! Collapsed rooftop, costly damages, and maybe homeless. Depending if you have insurance, then you won't be homeless. Or if you have family, then you won't be totally homeless. But for those of you who don't have any of those things, I feel sorry for you. That's all I gotta say. But no joke though. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up, so see you in the next episode for the national forecast in the United States. For those of you who wanted the international forecast, well, you're just gonna have to wait until next Thursday for Thanksgiving. So goodbye everybody, peace out. See you in the next episode 17.